Today we're going to go over how I built this entire website that is my personal website only using Telegram and Cloud Code. So this actually is running on a VPS, and the tutorial I'm going to show you guys is running it locally, but you can also run it in a VPS. And the idea behind it is that you can use basically anything to build a website nowadays. So you can literally use your mobile, your phone, and create your app or create your website, and you don't even need a computer anymore. So we are going to use this Cloud Code Telegram repo that is open source. So it uses Python and Poetry, that is a library from Python. So to start, let's begin opening Anti-Gravity or VS Code or anything you want, any IDE you want. So once you have it open, you're gonna first clone the repo. So you're gonna come here on the repo and just clone it. So we're gonna go to option B and clone this. And this is very straightforward to set up. You just need a computer running and a Cloud Code subscription. So I don't even know if you need Cloud Code subscription. You can go with the Olama route. So you can basically run Olama inside Cloud Code. I believe this also works. I haven't tested it, but I believe this works also. And let's just change directory to Cloud Code Telegram. Okay. And then we're going to copy and paste the .env file. And right here, what you need to change is the Telegram bot token. So you're going to need to create a bot for this. So you're going to come here in Telegram, go to bot father. And you can see right here, this is the conversation that I was having. So basically develop the entire application using Telegram. So to create a bot, you're gonna come here and slash new bot, and then it's gonna ask how you're going to name your bot. So let's just Telegram Cloud YouTube bot. Good. Now choose the username. So the username is gonna be the same, just for simplicity. Okay, so name is invalid. What we can do is just use the underlink instead of the bar. Name is invalid. Okay, so the name was Claude YouTube bot, and then it's going to give me this token, and then I'm just gonna copy the token and paste this right here. So Telegram bot token right here, and then your bot username is the last thing I said right here. So Claude YouTube bot. And then approved directory is where the Cloud's gonna run. So this is basically all Cloud can see. So we're gonna create a folder right here that is Cloud, and then we're going to copy its directory. So it's gonna be this directory right here. Let's just close this, and then the path is this. Oops, slash Claude. And it doesn't need to be inside of the same directory. You just need to choose a directory on your PC and allowed users. This is where you're gonna put your Telegram ID. So you're gonna come here on Telegram and you're gonna search for user info. So user info bot. So something like this one or this one. And then you're just gonna start it, and it's going to say what your ID is. So you can see right here, you just gave me my ID. So this is for no one else will be able to use your Telegram bot, only you, only your ID. So this is safe. Of course, you can still get prompts injected because it is using AI, but this is pretty safe. And for everything, you can just disable, use SDK false. I'm gonna use Cloud Code for this using the subscription. So you don't need an API key, you're actually gonna need the CLI path. So, and you can see it is written right here, so it is optional. It will auto detect if it isn't specified, but we're going to specify it just in case you guys have trouble with this. Okay, so mine is located at app data. So you can come right here on app data, local, and then, oops, it's actually roaming, npm, and then cloud.cmd. So this is the full path. So I'm gonna copy this, then just paste it here, and then slash cloud.cmd. So this is the full path. The other thing you're gonna probably need to change is this cloud allowed tools, because sometimes it will start doing something and then you're gonna error and you're gonna say, oh, I don't have the skill to use, don't have the permission to use the skill tool, something like this, or the agent tool. So the skill tool it actually has, but the agent tool, for example, it doesn't have. So, and then you're gonna come here on your .env and add that permission, and it's going to be able to use that tool. Okay, so everything else is just, I believe, ready. So what we're gonna do is just save this. So after you set up your .env, we are using option B. So from the source project, so we clone the repo, and then we're gonna run not make dev. We're gonna need to install Poetry. So let's pip install Poetry. That is a Python library. And you can see right here that I had Poetry installed, and we're gonna run Poetry and install. So it is installing all the dependencies on this project. Okay, so after it is done, you can just run Poetry. So not make dev, I believe it won't work because I don't have make installed in my Windows. So you're gonna run Poetry Poetry run Cloud Telegram bot. So we can see right here that it is running. This is how it runs. And you just need to leave this open and then just come to Telegram and start chatting with the agent that you just created. So it is this agent. Let's start it. So you can see here, welcome, you are authenticated. Session started at 4:30, and then you can just talk to it like any Cloud Code. So build me a beautiful landing page for the newest Cloud Code version released. So it's going to build on the folder that we have designated, that is Claude. So it's working, and then it's going to say some stuff, it's thinking, it's going to run some commands. So it is writing, and you can see this is our Cloud Code and Cloud UI, and you're going to be able to see that it is actually consuming our tokens. So let's see if it wrote something yet. So no, but it is thinking and working. Okay, so it just responded, and you can see right here that since I gave him no context, it actually built something not very appropriate to Cloud image and things like that. So you can see that it says that it used purple and violet, and we know that Cloud isn't purple or violet. But let's just check what he built. So this is what Cloud built, and this was entirely from a single prompt, actually a single prompt in Telegram. So you can basically run this on anywhere, from anywhere. And so yeah, this is very powerful. And now I'm going to, and you can see that the usage right here just jumped through, it was 5%. Okay, so I hope you learned how to use Cloud Code from Telegram. This is very, very powerful. And of course, with OpenClaw, you can do something very, very similar. But with Cloud Code, you've got an actual coding agent that isn't just a helper, and you don't have that many options. You just have a coding agent that actually works. You don't have to set a lot of things up or anything like this, and you can run it on your computer without any problems, any security risks. It just has access to a very specific folder that you select. So yeah, and why this actually works is because in November/December of 2025, we reached a point where our AI agents and tools that they use actually became good enough to develop full applications without any of our help. So it was like a switch, and not only just a switch from the models, but from the tools as well. So the tools got much, much better, and we actually just we can just talk to the agent, and it does everything by itself. It doesn't need a human to check everything, to verify everything. And of course, in this case, you can actually come here and check its code, so you can see that it generated just an HTML file, but you can just say to it, use this framework, use this language and that language, and it will follow your instructions. So this is very, very powerful and very good if you want to try it out using Cloud Code. And of course, I'm sure there are other versions for OpenCode and Codex, and you can try them out. But right here, I covered the Cloud Code Telegram repo that is very, very useful, and I've been using it to create my website. That is, it will be a website to help people to build their websites. So this is actually in production right now. Like, I'm building this right now. So the idea right here is to have an agent that to have a the idea here is to have a repo that you can just clone with something like very similar to ChatCN, but you can just clone a full AI agent. So you can, because most of the time that you develop AI agents, you just develop a very static thing. You don't develop something like Grok that has the thought processes, or the Gemini and ChatGPT that you can see what the agent is thinking and the processes that it goes through. So I wanted to build this so I can help other people to have this integrated on their websites to make it easier for them. So this is in the process of building right now. I've just released this, so it isn't full ready, but and this isn't actually, I don't even know if this is working, but the idea is that people can just develop this using this kind of component library. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned how to use Cloud Code with Telegram and how to develop your applications only using a cell phone. And this is very interesting, and the way that things are going, I don't know if we're gonna have a lot of actually developers and coders in the future. Probably gonna be just managers of coding agents, and it will be very interesting because a lot of people can be managers of coding agents instead of coders themselves, because it is much easier just to manage instead of code, and much, much faster also. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.